Well, over the last 10 years or so, if you've had kids in elementary through high school, especially in this area or where the school district that my kids used to attend, you'll notice that there have been some safety upgrades. There's been some security measures that have been incorporated into our elementary, junior high, and high schools because of school safety, and in particular because of active shooters. And there's an actual button someone can push if an active shooter enters into a school building and an alarm goes off. An alarm goes off to let everybody know in the school that there's an active shooter, and then the teachers and the students, they know what to do because they've been trained. Now, when I was a kid, you had fire drills, couple maybe. I grew up in small town Texas, but a lot of us grew up doing fire drills. Now our kids not only have to do fire drills, but they have to do active shooter drills. And I'm just gonna stop right here and say, on this day of resurrection, on this day of hope, kiddos, I wanna apologize to you. Kiddos, you should not have to have that fear when you go to school. Now it's there and it's present, and we're trying to figure it out. And on the behalf of all the adults, it's hard. But maybe when you get to be our age, maybe you'll figure it out. But there's hope there. And I know it makes a lot of you anxious. I talked to a senior in high school last year, and he told me he couldn't wait to graduate and get out of the high school because of these active shooter drills that are going on. So I just want to pause and apologize for you kiddos. Resurrection is for you. Hope is for you. But my wife is a teacher in the local school district, and she's been through the training, and her kids have been through the training. And one day, the active shooter alarm went off in their school. Now, they didn't know it was going to happen. It wasn't a drill, and to just basically take all the tension out of the room, some mischievous kid had gotten to the button and pushed it, but nobody knew it. The teachers didn't know it, the kids didn't know it. So they went right to their drill. And at that point in time, my wife was with a group of kindergartners who then she had to herd into a specific room and turn off the lights and be quiet. And the thought is that if they're quiet enough and there's no light coming from this room, that whoever the active shooter is or shooters were, that they would skip by, and maybe there'd be enough time for the authorities and our first responders to get there. All this time, they did not know that there wasn't an active shooter in the building. So my wife is doing everything she can to herd these kindergartners. She's like a mother hen with the baby chicks all around her. And then she notices that some of these kids have these light up shoes. So she's like, I gotta get the shoes off. So she's taking kids' shoes off of kids, and then a couple kids had got their iPads, because why not bring an iPad into the room if you're a kindergartner? And she had to take the iPad away and turn that off to make sure there's no light coming from that room. And then she had to take these kids that are really kind of, jacked up. She had to kind of get them quiet. And so she's like, hey guys, hey kids, kindergartners, we're gonna count to 20 really quietly. Let's just use our whisper voices. So they count to 20. And then they get done with that, and then it's, hey guys, we're gonna count, we're gonna do our ABCs. So they do their ABCs, and as they're doing this, my wife is touching kids' arms and shoulders and heads in the dark, trying to make sure that these kids know that everybody is gonna be okay. Everybody's gonna be okay. And she's telling them that. She's saying, guys, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. And as she's doing that, she looks across from her, and there's one of these kindergartner kids that's mimicking her, that's following her lead. And this kindergartner kid is reaching out and touching all these other classmates going, hey guys, I got you. A kindergartner following the leader, telling his other kindergarten classmates, hey guys, I got you. I met this kindergartner. I think he does. I think he could. I really think it's possible. My wife told me that story, and I had a lot of different thoughts going on in my mind. This happened last spring, and I was thinking about all of that, and there's a lot in that. But what I thought about resurrection. I don't know about the alarm bells that are going off in your life. There are alarm bells that happen all in our lives, right? Maybe the alarm bell of addiction is controlling you. Maybe the alarm bell of pride or anger. Maybe the alarm bell of broken relationships. Maybe the alarm bell of a health crisis. Maybe the alarm bell of job situations and financial instability. Whatever the alarm is, it's going to do one thing. It's going to push you into a tomb. It's going to push you into a darkened room where there is no light. Those alarms always do that. They always push you into that dark place. But resurrection is for each and every one of us. And when you're in that dark place, when you're in your own tomb, that's when God is there with you saying, I got you. I got you. Because resurrection isn't something that just happened 2,000 years ago in a dusty desert in Israel. Resurrection happens to us each and every day of our lives. Martin Luther puts it this way: resurrection is a daily dying and rising with Christ. As Christ rises from the tomb, so we have resurrection in our own lives. We can rise from our own tomb. There's light that there is for us. We don't have to stay in the darkness. But here's how it works. While God is with you in the tomb, God is calling you out of that tomb. And one of the ways God calls us out of that tomb is to send us people. People. Whatever the alarm bell that's going off in your life, maybe it is addiction. Tell somebody. Talk to somebody. Don't be embarrassed about it. There's a lot of people that are going through the same thing that you might be going through as well. If you're being abused, if you're being in a really unhealthy relationship, talk to somebody. God's there with you, and God brings you to resurrection through other people. Tell someone. If you're being bullied, not just kids, adults get bullied as well. Tell somebody. You don't have to live in that darkness. Resurrection is for you. If you know someone, or if even in your own situation where you need to be fed, you need clothes, you need dental care, you need a pair of eyeglasses, come to us, come to our mission outpost, because resurrection is there. Can you imagine being a parent looking at your cupboard and it is completely empty? You're in a tomb, you are a complete darkness, you can't feed your family, but there's a place called Prince of Peace where you can go and you can get provision, and you come and get some food and you're able to put them in your pantry. Resurrection is there. Resurrection is not something that just happened 2,000 years ago. Resurrection is daily, every single day. And God does that through people, through you and I. Because if we know resurrection in our own lives, if we know that God has come to us and God says, I got you, then we can go out and be that same for others. We can go out and be that same, hey guys, I got you. I got you. So as we were planning this time together, we wanted to give you some real practical handles on how we live that in our lives. A daily dying and rising. What does that all mean? Giving ourselves away. What does that mean? And we wanted to make sure that, yeah, it's Easter. It's awesome. It's amazing. There's a lot of great things going on. We're all here to celebrate. What a wonderful worship experience that we're having. I'm wearing a suit. Yeah. People, I can't wear it every week. I got to dazzle once a year, just once a year. It is a special time, but we don't want you to walk away from here without having some practical ways of helping others find that resurrection, to get out of that darkness, to be light. And so we put a quick video together of ways that you can volunteer, ways that you can serve, the ways that you can give yourself away. And so we'd love for you to take a quick look at this video.
since this church began, I feel like it's been built on the blood, sweat, and tears of our amazing volunteers. We're each given talents, and we are encouraged to share them, to grow them, to multiply them.
I've been volunteering in many areas of the church over the last 50 years, and each one has been different. You learn more about the ins and outs of why we do things within the church, but you meet new people, you get to know more about the people that are members of this church, and you grow through it.
It's really great to connect with people through music. Because you're involved with the church more, you just feel closer to the people around you and closer to God.
The partnership between staff and volunteers that serve here is so crucial. A lot of people that get involved with serving feel a deeper sense of ownership of this place and where we're headed and what we want to do.
What you give to the church is significant, but what you get back in many ways is so much more, rather than just coming and going. There's pillars and there's caterpillars. I prefer to be the pillar.
It's always fun for me to see someone take a step into serving for the first time. I think it just kind of opens up this new side of their faith, a new side of them. We get to see their gifts and talents really shine through.
When Amelia graduated from Pop Kids, she was interested in doing something different on Sunday mornings. I thought a good way to bring her in would be to co-lead with her. Making a connection with the kids in our group has been really rewarding.
And we have over 300 volunteers each week that serve in this place. It is not just our ideas, what we want to do as staff. It is something that we want to do together.
She said, I would like to sing up there, and we talked to the team here, and they were more than willing to get her up on stage.
It's just a really good feeling.
The choir came on, and I thought, I'm going to go join. It is a way to connect and to be together and find your community. Giving that 15 minutes, that 1 hour, once a week, once a month, every other month, it brings just a bit of joy and light to your day that I am able to give back.
Whatever gifts you have, we're going to try to find a way to connect you. Join us next week at our Spring Into Serving Fair, where we'll have multiple opportunities that you can get involved right away to serving this summer at Prince Peace.
The thing I think about serving is like that little kindergartner is mimicking his teacher. We too have a teacher. We do have a leader resurrected from the dead named Jesus. And we can't do everything and be just like Jesus, but we can follow in Jesus' footsteps. We can mimic the model of our leader and serve. Now, many of you are here that don't live in this area and wouldn't be able to serve here at Prince of Peace. But I would encourage, wherever you live, wherever you work, wherever you learn, even wherever you play, that you jump into service, that you help other people know that God has them too, and that resurrection is theirs.